This episode was a Patreon sponsored review by Jade, aka the Blue RDM. And if you would like to join Jade and help support the show financially, then check the description down below for my Patreon. Guru Ratings Bonus Effects, this is the Watcher Pony, and welcome back to In the Rift Kitchen. In today's episode, we're tackling the most well-known wolf in the Brony community, Dr. Wolf. Now, for Dr. Wolf being a wolf, I wanted to go with something kind of meat-like, and the first thing I thought of was fish. Wolves eat fish, right? Well, if that's not good enough for you, fish is considered kind of a higher class meal. And to me, doctors would eat a higher class meal, plus this was actually surprisingly economical. This fillet alone only cost me less than 10 bucks. But more on that in a second. First, we gotta prepare everything we need. First things first, let's chop up some sage and rosemary. Once that's nice and chopped, we're gonna get some panko breadcrumbs and fry them up in a frying pan. Just toss these around, making sure they're getting a nice crispy coating. Once you've got a nice color going, go ahead and add in the sage and rosemary. And of course, don't forget the salt and pepper. Then take it out of the frying pan and remove from the heat and set aside to let it cool for a little bit. While that's cooling, first let's prepare the glue that we're gonna need for this salmon. This glue is gonna consist of some grain mustard and mayo. About equal parts of half a cup of mayo and mustard should do you. Mix it up nice and well, and next let's move on to this salmon. Just go ahead and slice it right down the middle till you roughly have equal parts salmon. It's also a good opportunity to check for any missed bones. Then once it's all set, let's go ahead and prepare this baby. First, get your mustard mayo and liberally spread it all over your salmon. Once you got the salmon nice and covered, get your panko breadcrumb mixture and spread it all over. You should be good when it's completely or at least mostly covered. Then get your baking sheet out and line it with tinfoil. And make sure, I repeat, make sure you spray some non-stick spray or some vegetable oil on it, because the fish will in fact stick to it if it's not properly lubed. Now that that's all set, we're gonna go ahead and preheat our oven to 325 degrees. While that's preheating, let's go ahead and get our side all set up. I wanted to do something that paired well with salmon, and the first thing that came to mind was rice. And so we can stay on par with the nature theme of this, we're gonna make mushroom risotto, which we're gonna start by adding a chopped onion. Go ahead and let those sweat in some melted butter. Before adding the star of our rice, the mushrooms, I just went with white mushrooms, but you can experiment with this. I'd recommend portobello and shiitake, as those are some of my favorites. Go ahead and fry those until all the moisture is gone from the mushrooms. Then add in about 3 or 4 cloves of crushed garlic. And then finally we add the rice. Once again, frying these until they become translucent. Once they are translucent, deglaze with about half a cup of white wine. Then once all the alcohol has been cooked off, it's time to add our chicken stock. Add it in about 1/4 cup at a time. Once all the chicken stock has been absorbed, go ahead and add some more. Keep adding chicken stock until the rice is cooked to your liking. Give it a taste test for any preferred doneness as well as for any salt and pepper seasoning. Then add a ton of Parmesan cheese, like I mean a ton. Then just cook it a little more till it's nice and melted. Now that the rice and the salmon should be done by the time you're done with the rice. When you take the salmon out, make sure you measure it with a heat thermometer. You want to shoot for about 125 degrees. That's about the perfect temperature for a medium rare salmon. Plate this up and dig this. Ooh, actually wait, hold on. You know what this needs? A cocktail. Time for an impromptu bartending the Rift. Now as we know, Dr. Wolf is a Mormon, so of course that means no alcohol. So luckily this is the first time I'm going to be making a mocktail on the show. We're just going to start with some lemonade. For this, for every 3/4 of a cup of water, you're going to want to add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Stir, 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 then add it to the cocktail shaker. Now keeping with the earthy theme, I'm thinking we're going to have some berries for this. I recommend lingonberries is what I was originally going to do. Unfortunately, I ran out and it would take too long to get some more, so instead I'm improvising with blackberries. You're just going to want to add 1, maybe 2 bar spoons full. And I forgot to film it, but don't forget to add a splash of orgeat. Then pop on the cocktail shaker and shake, shake, shake this baby nice and hard because you want to break down as much of the jelly as you can. Shake it vigorously for about 15 to 20 seconds. Then double strain into your cocktail glass to get rid of any other excess. There, now this dish is nice and complete. The Dr. Wolf is all set to be eaten, and I gotta say this turned out exceptionally well. The salmon was so flavorful and so tender as I ate into it, and each herby bite of the nice herbs I added to it gave it some nice flavor. The mushroom risotto was also exceptionally delicious. So if you're in the mood for something simple, economical, and tasty, go ahead and give this a shot. I'm the Watchful Pony, and dinner is served, my bronies. I'll see you guys next time.
My name is Dr. Wolf. Good day to all of you. I'm Dr. Wolf. I'm here to ease your pain. I'll never tease or criticize you. I'm just here to help my friends in any way I can. To just lend a hand. Oh, I know that life is hard. Sometimes